Good evening, everyone, and welcome. My name is Tico, and I run events here at the Strand. Before we launch into a discussion of Jessica Jung's new book, Bright, I'd like to share a little bit of history about the Strand. The Strand was founded in 1927 by Benjamin Bass on 4th Avenue's Brook Row. Stretching from Union Square to Astor Place, Brook Row gradually dwindled from 48 bookstores. After 94 years, the Strand is the sole survivor, now run by third-generation owner Nancy Bass-Whiten. We want to thank all of you for your support. Without our loyal community of book lovers and authors, we wouldn't be here today. We're thrilled to have Jessica Jung again with us for a discussion of her new book, Bright. Jessica is a Korean-American singer, actress, fashion designer, international influencer. Born in San Francisco, Jessica grew up in South Korea, where she trained as a K-pop singer, debuting as a member of the international sensation Girls' Generation in 2007. After going solo in 2014, she launched a successful fashion line, Balcony Claire. Jessica has been featured on the covers of magazines worldwide, her brand now spanning platforms including film and television. Joining Jessica in conversation is Ava Lee. Born in Seoul and raised in Shanghai, two of the biggest beauty capitals of the world, skincare and wellness was ingrained in Ava Lee from an early age. Ava's passion and knowledge for beauty was adopted from her mother, who practiced beauty holistically, from what she put into her body to what she put on her skin. Ava started Glow with Ava as an outlet from her job in the male-dominated field of finance to share her passion and knowledge of skincare and beauty. Ava soon realized that Glow with Ava was becoming a source of inspiration and education for those wanting to start their own skincare journeys, from teaching her fans how to achieve a more sculpted face with an at-home facial massage to sharing anti-aging traditional Chinese teas. Ava's content is absolutely addicting for beauty aficionados. So without further ado, please join me in welcoming Jessica and Ava to the stage.
Hi, everyone. Hello, my name is Ava, and I am the content creator behind Glow with Ava. And I am so honored to be hosting today's event with Jessica. I know she needs no introduction because you guys are all here to meet her fans. I mean, sparkles, is that what you call your fans, right? So all of our
I call them sparkles. I call them golden stars. I call them Mau Maus. I have so many nicknames for my fans.
Well, you guys are a lucky crowd. We have an audience, I feel like, from all around the world right now. Some of you have woken up early for this. Some of you, it's your first time even joining Zoom just to see her. And a lot of you have been anxiously waiting for this book sequel. And, you know, the wait is finally over. And Jessica, I have so many questions ready for you today. So I hope you're ready for me to just ask away.
How are you, Ava?
I'm good. I'm in New York City. You know, it's been a few months since we last saw each other. I miss you.
Oh, miss you too. Thank you for doing this with me.
Of course. I wish we were sitting right next to each other and chatting along, but I hope I can see you in person soon.
Yeah. So I'm in China right now.
I know, guys. Did you guys know? I saw that some of your fans are in China right now, and I think a lot of people in China are very excited that you're there right now.
I'm excited to be here too.
Yeah.
Anyway, I have the book with me. Yay!
You guys, the book cover is really cute. I want to get into how you designed the book cover and everything soon as well. But, you know, I'm just excited because, you know, first of all, the first book, Shine, I read it in just a few days. And I'm sure a lot of you guys were like that as well. So I've been anxiously waiting. And I love that in this sequel, you know, we see Rachel on a very continuous journey. So we see her change, we see her grow, mature from her younger self. And now she's getting into a lot more career endeavors. And, you know, also an important figure comes into play. So we want to get into all of that. So I have a lot of questions for you today. And I think the first thing I wanted to kind of get into is, you know, as I see you as my fashion queen, as especially as like the CEO of Long and Clark. So I want to talk to you about that because we see in this book Rachel begins to pursue her passion for fashion. So I think this is a good opportunity for me and the audience to kind of hear more about your fashion tips as well. So I guess the first question I have for you today is, if we were to ask Rachel for some advice, what would be her top 3 fashion tips? Or maybe you can tell us your top 3.
I think I'm comfortable with my top 3. I think, you always have to wear something confident that makes you feel confident and makes you feel happy. And one big fashion tip is like investing in a really good handbag. I think a really good handbag elevates your whole look from like a daytime look to nighttime look. And also investing in a really good little black dress, because it's always a classic, or even like a black jacket like I'm wearing right now. I tend to really like and gear towards classic items, because classic items are forever.
That's true. And I really like your black jacket
Thank
today.
you. This is actually Blanc and Eclair.
I was about to say it's very long and eclair. Like, I love it. And you guys, you have to see Jessica's YouTube channel where she, divulges her purse collection. So she definitely knows her bags. And I think on the opposite note, what would be your top 3 fashion pet peeves then?
Well, I really hate it when something doesn't fit, and or if it's like the clothes is wearing you.
Yeah.
I think fit is very important, and also I think craftsmanship is important too. So when something is poor quality, that's a no for me.
Got it. Okay. Well, on that note, though, would you say, Rachel in the book kind of has a similar fashion sense as you, or does it kind of differ?
I think we're quite similar, because I had fun writing about like her fashion and what she likes and what she's actually wearing, because I had to really imagine the dress or imagine the outfit. But I feel like, she's a bit more edgier than me.
Edgier, okay. In what sense?
She just has more character, I guess.
Okay. Well, then for you personally, though, because I think everyone here just loves and adores your style. How did you over the years kind of develop your sense of style? Because I think like, especially for Rachel as a younger self too, she probably didn't have like the sense of style. I know in like her certain chapters in the previous Shine book, she's just like, out wearing her pajamas and stuff. But I think as she matures, she's come to a point where she can love fashion again. So I think like for you too, like how have you developed your sense of style? Like from watching people, your mom?
Yeah, I guess it's definitely like a mix of everything. My mom was my ultimate like fashion queen, fashion icon. I still look at pictures of her from a long time ago, and she's like me. I mean, I could just wear the same thing. Isn't that like for you as well? Like,
I see pictures of my
our
mom.
moms are so cool.
I know. I'm like, you should have saved everything vintage.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, where are these jeans?
Exactly. They're all coming back.
Yeah. And so, yeah, my mom definitely. And, I'm just, I would just notice and observe everything. Like, what people are wearing just on the streets or at a cafe, or even in the magazines. Just, I think everything inspires me.
Yeah, and you travel a lot too. And I think especially in this book, we see Rachel travel a lot. So that's like quite a big change. So maybe like you probably pick up some styles from traveling to different countries as well.
Definitely, yeah.
Um, so then I guess like, as she travels a lot, Rachel also goes to a lot of fashion shows. So I think like, you're so familiar with these kinds of events. Do you have any tips for your audience on like kind of like do's and don'ts when you're attending like really important events?
Okay, well, I do have a story. You have to be on time for a fashion show, or even a tad bit earlier.
Mhm.
You know, like big cities like New York or Paris. I mean, there's so much traffic, especially on those days.
Yeah.
So you might be stuck in traffic like me, and I missed a show once.
Oh my God.
It was a nightmare. I don't even want to think about it, and I'm really sorry to the designer. I
What
would
city was this in?
I'm not gonna say it. I
Okay.
just can't.
Well, we love
But
a punctual queen.
so yeah, I mean, I missed a show, and yeah. So I learned my lesson to be, on time and to move a little bit earlier.
Okay.
Don't. Also, don't sit in a seat that's not yours. This actually happened. Like there was like a bench. It was like a bench
Yeah.
style seating, and then like somebody just pushed their way in between like two seats.
What?
So there was like another person where there wasn't a seat
Oh my
available.
God.
And so everybody was like so squished, and like half my butt was hanging out at the edge.
What? Oh my God.
And
This is
yeah, so that's definitely not a good etiquette, I think. Yeah.
yeah, definitely not in any event. Okay.
Yeah, but I do understand that, maybe she wanted to be watching it in the first row.
Yeah. Well, we know our etiquette. I think now I want to kind of dive into just your fashion brand, Long and Clara. And I think here in the audience, a lot of people have been trying to buy your stuff. A lot of it is sold out too. And I think you've come such a long journey on starting your own fashion brand. I still remember the first time I heard that Jessica Jung was launching her own fashion brand. And I was like, wow, like she's doing everything.
But it was so long ago now. Now
I know it was forever ago, but I think, like Rachel also starts her own fashion brand like you did. So I think like, I just feel like it's just such a challenging job. Like I can't even imagine you doing that with for someone who's already so busy in the industry and going into a different sector. So,
Mhm.
You do definitely talk about a lot of the challenges that Rachel faces and, was some of that easier to write because you were kind of basing it off of your experiences of launching on your own brand as well.
Yeah, I drew a lot from my own experiences, because starting your own fashion brand is extremely stressful, and there's a lot going on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I didn't sugarcoat anything for Rachel. Rachel struggles a lot in the book.
Mhm.
And but yeah, but I made Rachel, I mean, I didn't make Rachel. It's like Rachel always, has fun doing what she wants to do in the end, right? And that's how I am as well. So I kind of, yeah, made that the same. But I did make up the way Rachel started her fashion brand. She started with handbags, and I started Blanc and Eclair with sunglasses. So it was a sunglass line collection. Yeah.
Uh-huh. You pull off your sunglasses so well, always.
I love my sunglasses. Yeah.
But you guys have that in common. You guys both love purses. And I
Of
think in the comment section also people are like, you need to bring a Blanc and Eclair back to New York, LA, just something pop up. So I'm
Yeah.
hoping manifesting that for you. Hopefully this year, next year, whenever you're in the US.
Yeah.
I think you will be super excited for that.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
I'm excited for that too, because we were, originally in New York, but COVID hit
I
and
know. Well, you know what? You're in China. You're living your life in China right now. And I think by the time you leave, you're gonna be so good at Chinese.
yeah, maybe.
I mean,
I
you guys haven't
better.
heard, I grew up in China. So next time we can converse in Chinese, Jessica. A little bit more. But I think like seriously, like I just can't believe you went from the music industry and still doing it, but also handling fashion and modeling, just so many different things. And even for someone like me who's a creator and like there's so many things I want to do. And I'm sure a lot of the readers and audience here want to juggle so many things, but how do you do that without, sacrificing everything? Like, do you have some advice to be able to juggle a lot of the ambitions we have?
Well, you can't do everything by yourself. I feel like you have to have a really good support network and good people around you that you can really rely on and trust and, ask for advice. Um, and, family is also very important. I feel like they're my roots. Um, you always need a place where you can, fall to.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those are all very important. And I don't know. I mean,
I think you have a really close relationship with your family. We see it in your content, your vlogs, and especially your relationship with Crystal is so special. And
yeah.
similarly in the book, like we've seen little Leah grow up. And I think in the ending, we see kind of Leah wanting to become like a K-pop star as well, which I thought was like so sweet. And I think in this sequel, we see Leah now become a K-pop star too. So, I guess like how important is Leah in this story and kind of mirroring that to your relationship with Crystal too?
Well, Leia, I pronounce it Leia.
Okay, Leah.
Because yeah, because actually Crystal really liked that name. So she actually
Uh-huh.
made the name for
Oh,
herself.
that's so sweet. That's so sweet.
Leia is definitely a really important character, and she really helps Rachel through the way. Like, Rachel might be kind of uptight,
Mhm.
while Leia is more fun loving, and Leia can kind of say, hey, let's relax, let's go have fun, let's play. um, but yeah, the difference is, I guess, is that Leia is just like she's just a little ball of brightness and happiness.
I love that.
Because she's living with her family.
Yeah.
Yeah, while Rachel is living in the dorm. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. But also people are saying, Leia has been one of their favorite characters this book as well. And everyone is also saying, Rachel is very close to her family. And, this is when Rachel is younger. So she's going through all these conflicting changes, especially as a teenager. And, she also wants to kind of be like Leia, stay at home, but she's also really hard at training. So I guess like while writing this book, how has her relationship with her family changed as well? I kind of want to dive into more family dynamics.
How, what was the question again? Sorry.
Just from writing this, how did writing her relationship with her family kind of change now that she's older? She's a lot more mature and independent.
Rachel, right?
Yeah, Rachel.
Yeah. I guess Rachel is still the same. She's, her character, she has a big dream. She's a big dreamer, and she has a big heart, but she's matured a lot, and she went through so many things, and she's at the height of her career. Her But then I think she also, I mean, I expressed it in the book, but then she also found that family was the most important thing, and that they always support you no matter what.
Yeah. And I totally see that in your personal life as well, where you're always, the happiest and your true self when you're with your own family too. So everything is all very touching. And I'm sure everyone in the audience also feels that way. They love seeing you with your family.
And yeah, and I really miss them. I mean, I've been here for like 3 months now.
3 months.
It's the longest I've ever been away from home.
I know, this is like real homesickness. It's like you're off to
Yeah.
college and haven't seen your parents or family in so long.
Yeah.
I hope you're enjoying China. I think a lot of people are very excited to see your show in China too.
Yeah, it's actually airing tomorrow, I think.
Oh my God, guys, it's airing tomorrow. I can't wait to see. Everyone's like supporting. Oh, so I guess it's airing May
On the
20th in
20th.
China.
Yeah, May 20th.
No, May 20th is like Warling.
Warling.
Oh my God, your pronunciation is so good. It's like for those of you who don't speak Chinese, Warling is 520, and it sounds like 我爱你, which is I love you. So kind of like very much fit. I feel like they did that on purpose. Warling, 我爱你. Love that. Okay. Okay, so now let's kind of get into more traveling. Jessica, I've seen you in 2 different cities. I know you love to travel. And I love that Rachel is beginning to travel a lot more. I just like love seeing this side of Rachel. And in the beginning of the book, it starts off in Shanghai, which I personally love because Shanghai is my home. So we see her at the peninsula, Shanghai and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And, from writing all of these cities, what was your favorite international setting to write about?
That's a really hard question because I loved all the cities that I wrote about. But my personal favorite is always Paris.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was in Paris in March. It was lovely.
I know. I was so jealous.
I was like, we need to come together next time.
Shopping, food.
Exactly. Let's manifest that again too. We'll all be in Paris soon. And then I think, from all the cities that you discuss, what is like one must to in Paris besides buying a Chanel bag?
Everything. I can't pick. My favorite museum there. Remember I told you the Orangerie? I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Orangerie?
Orangerie.
But anyway, that's like one of my favorite places to visit. And Paris is full of culture, fashion, great food, wine.
The wine was good. Let's go on wine tour in Paris.
Yeah.
And then I guess the next one I have for you is Shanghai.
Shanghai. Actually, I wanted to ask you because for me, it's like eating soup dumplings and walking on the bund.
Yeah.
But do you have anything special?
I think growing up, I just had so many soup dumplings every single day that now it's to the point where like I can't even like have soup dumplings. Like
really?
Like I can, but it doesn't like do it for me as much because I just ate it so much growing up. Same thing as like boba and everything. But I think if you're in Shanghai, like, the street food is always so amazing. And going to nightclubs, the nightclubs is a lot of fun. It's a lot. I mean, I don't know about now, but when I was growing up, it was so much cheaper
Oh,
to go out in Shanghai, and the night views are so amazing because if you go out to like a club or a bar in New York, you don't get that kind of view. But if you go
right.
to a bar in the Bund, like you go up to like the top floor and you see the entire city view. It's like one of a kind. So you're not really going there just like, drink as much, but I think it's just like you go there to get the
Enjoying
experience, the view and everything. Yeah, it's so great. I haven't seen my
So
dad
for
in
you,
like over
it's
3 years.
nightlife.
No, back in the day, but not anymore.
Okay. What's next? Seoul?
Seoul. Well, it's our mother city.
Seoul. Yeah, it's one of your favorite cities, actually.
Of course, it's my favorite.
Seoul, you definitely have to visit the Blanc and Eclair flagship store in Cheongdam.
It's in one of the best neighborhoods, guys. You like walk down the biggest street of Cheongdam, and then you see the huge Blanc and Eclair store. You guys have to go.
I feel people will know Gangnam more than Cheongdam, right? But
yeah, but it's kind of in between.
no, it's like Gangnam, and Cheongdam is like inside Gangnam. So
yeah.
Yeah, and then also eat at Claro. Claro is it's so funny. Okay, it's like a contemporary restaurant above Blanc and Eclair.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's also in Cheongdam. If you guys didn't
It's
know.
also in Cheongdam, also in Gangnam. Yeah.
We have a lot of people going to Korea next month, and
Yeah, please come to Korea, everyone.
yeah, you guys can go to the best places in Korea, one-stop shop. So you basically go to two of the best locations by going to Blanc and Eclair. You just have to take an elevator up, and you go to the second best place in Seoul, and then you hit two birds with one stone.
Yeah.
Jessica recommends it.
I
She's
definitely
been going there for like 5+ years.
It's only been it's only been open like not even okay.
It's been open for a while. The next one I want to ask you though, let's hop onto Europe again. Switzerland.
Okay. Switzerland. Après ski.
Okay. I haven't gone yet.
It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, a lot of people, they drink like champagne or whatever, but I like to have a good cup of hot chocolate.
You know what I did last time? I didn't go skiing, but I did go to Switzerland.
Oh.
And at the top, I just had 신라면.
Oh, very Korean. Very Asian.
It just hits so different. Like I don't even like cup noodles that much, but when I was up there, I was like, I just need a cup of 신라면. It was very good.
Oh, 맛있었겠다.
진짜 맛있었어. Yeah, I have one last city for you though.
Okay.
Hong Kong.
Hong Kong, I love. There's so many things, but I don't know why I keep talking about food, but yum cha, dim sum.
Yum cha. Yeah. I wonder if we have anyone from Hong Kong here, but Hong Kong's such a good like global city.
Yeah, it is. It's so fun. It's very dynamic, and I feel like they have the best food there too.
Yeah, it's so good. Different kind of dim sum, but it's very good. I feel like Long and Claire and like your outfit would fit really well in Hong Kong. I think it fits well in all of the cities we talked about, but especially I feel like a lot of like women in Hong Kong would love wearing like exactly what you're wearing and have high tea and dim sum. Yeah. Right, that outfit, I can totally imagine it. Okay, I think we've talked a lot about cities. We have fans from all of these cities, which is so exciting. But I guess like if there's one city that you wish you included in this book, is there one? Do you have one?
I miss writing about New York because New
Mhm.
York is one of my favorite cities. Also maybe San Francisco because it's
Yeah, you're born there.
my hometown.
Mhm.
Um, but there wasn't much space to write about her going to different cities because then it'll be like this thick. It'll be like an encyclopedia.
Honestly, even if it was that thick, I think I would have read it. Oh, you know what we want? Maybe we want more sequels.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe we want another sequel. But I think when you're like talking about all of these places in the book, there's a lot of like hotels Rachel stays at,
Yeah.
and some are real, but some of them aren't, especially the restaurants. So kind of how did you decide when to make up a place versus when to pull it from real life? Because we know the peninsula Shanghai is real.
Right. Um, I love using real like places when I can because those are special places to me. And I visited most of them
Mhm.
in the book. And, I love drawing from personal experiences because it just makes it more authentic
Mhm. Yeah.
and just makes it feel more real.
And you kind of
And
get to write about your favorite experiences too.
yeah, yeah.
And I think
Um,
that's also what draws your audience to your books too.
yeah. But like, sometimes it's just easier to write about, you know, just make up a restaurant or a place just because it's so hard to um kind of like make the characters eat certain kinds of foods and like the menus and everything.
Yeah.
Like somebody might be having burgers and somebody wants like I don't know, Chinese food or something. Like I just maybe then you want to make up like a fusion restaurant or something, right?
Hmm.
So just yeah, I just wrote
We're
it
getting
as
inspiration from your book and launching new business and restaurant ideas.
yeah,
Make up your own menu.
yeah, making up your own menu.
I love that. Okay, so we're dying, I think, to talk about a new character. And I have to ask you this before we run out of time.
Okay.
This book, we have a new character, guys, and his name is Alex.
Yes.
So I think the one thing that really made Shine so spicy was your relationship, not your Rachel's relationship with Jason. They fall in love, they go on secret dates, and now here she has a new love interest, and his name is Alex.
Mhm.
So, why did you decide to introduce a new romantic figure here?
I think it was only natural because, Rachel is older and wiser and she grew into a woman and she's a different person now. And so, it kind of made sense to have a different love life.
Well, like it's so different. The two characters are very different. Rachel is clearly in a very different place in life. She's matured, grown. But I think, like, I want to say, like, if you personally had to pick between Alex and Jason, who would you choose? I know this is a tough question, but I had to ask.
Because I love like the bubbly and like playful Jason, and
Mhm.
I also like the mature Alex.
Yeah.
Mm, But right now in my life, I feel like Alex would be my favorite.
Okay, we love that. Go, Alex. Alex won Rachel's heart over, I feel like, in here. But the thing is, like with this, I've personally done a long distance relationship before too, and it's not easy. Clearly did not work out. Rachel and Alex also live in different countries here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Was that kind of hard to write about a long distance romance?
It was actually not hard. It was just fun because uh I really like to create those like text messages between them and just joking around, and it just felt real.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like when you're actually when you're starting a relationship, I think these days a lot of people text.
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
just going to say it's more like real
Yeah.
that you get to like write about these text messages, like a new butterfly relationship coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Then through all of this, I don't want to do any more like spoilers, but is there a favorite scene between Rachel and Alex?
Well, I love their moments in Paris. They bump into each other and
Okay.
a lot happens.
A lot happens in Paris.
A lot happens in Paris. So you guys have to read the book.
Mhm.
But also, another favorite is when they actually first meet.
Mhm.
I wouldn't spoil it for you.
No more spoilers. It's just like your sign to go read it, because I mean, it's just for me, like I love all the romance in certain books.
Uh-huh.
Wait, okay. So this cover though, can you show the cover a little bit up more close to
Yeah.
everyone? When you
This is Alex. This is Rachel.
yes.
Uh-huh.
And I think, for designing book covers, this is a very different book cover than your previous book, Shine.
Mm-hmm.
I think that also speaks to how big of a figure Alex is playing in Rachel's life now to be in a freaking book cover, right?
Right. And inside her head too.
Exactly. It's like there's so many interpretations that we can take away just from a simple book cover.
Mhm.
So kind of like, what was your process like in designing these? Like, I want to know all the secrets. We have 5 minutes left. Jessica, tell us everything. Tell us all the secrets.
So I'll have to admit that it took a few tries to, get the cover right. It was really important that, the color scheme was perfect, her outfit, her pose, whether she's facing Alex or facing the other side, or and even like the waistline and everything. So I was just I'm very detail oriented. So I was
Even the like, I don't know, the poofy like skirt thing, like
I know, and I know this is just like a silhouette, but this was also something that was very important to me.
yeah.
Because I wanted it to kind of look like Rachel, like exactly like Rachel, like how I imagined. But it's actually really hard to, speak to an artist and
Yeah.
like say, I don't know, can you make it exactly like I say? But then they did such a good job, and I really, really love
You know what I have to say though? I
Mm.
think Rachel has a very pretty nose.
Yeah, I think so too. And
Very
long
pretty.
eyelashes.
Exactly. Even down to the lashes.
I know. And her nails are really neatly done.
She must get regular manis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then also like the skyline is something that I really want to highlight.
Yeah. You guys, like it sparkles too.
Yeah. There's
Whoever did this artwork, I just love the imagery, and I just feel like everyone can get so many things out of this book. But I think just from like what we see, how would you describe your book in 3 words?
Glamorous, romantic,
Romantic for sure.
and shocking. There are some shocking events in here that you guys don't want to miss. So
I'm sure the Amazon book order just skyrocketed again. It's like the number one new release, guys. Okay, you guys have to get it. I'm so excited to finish the book. How is it different writing the sequel from writing your debut book? Was it harder, easier? Like I feel like once you have the characters established, for me it may be easier, but then it might be harder to develop more of a storyline too, you know?
I think it was actually, kind of harder because my first book, Shine, was so well received, and thanks to the readers and fans and all the supporters. But because of that, I think it was a bit harder this time. I wanted to write something that's really respectful, truthful, and also just incredibly romantic and fun fiction novel,
Yeah.
Yeah. And
But
so
I
I
personally think you
felt
did a
very
great.
responsible to write a better book than Shine.
I think both are very beautifully written. You mean but I get what you mean, because you got such like amazing glowing reviews for the first book. And I think just trying to keep up with that momentum that you have. But you know what? It's already number one. And I think people are going to love, love, love this new release. So I think with that, I want to kind of have room for questions from the audience now. Now, I think we have like 15 minutes to ask questions from the audience Q&A. Okay. So I think we're going to have so many questions start rolling in. Okay.
I see all of these comments too. Hi, guys.
I know everyone is like loving this. Okay. You guys. Hi, Sparkles.
Hi, Sparkles.
I have first question here rolled in. This question is from Esther. She says, since you're currently in China, which is so exciting, did you know that a lot of Chinese fans are so excited for the sequel?
Yes.
Can you say like a phrase in Chinese?
Pardon?
Can you say a phrase in Chinese? Just say one thing for your Chinese fans.
非常感谢. Oh my gosh, I'm so shy.
You're so shy. Come on, you're so good.
When I like speak a different language, especially Chinese, I get so shy and like.
Oh God, you're so cute. But everyone's saying 我爱你 5/20 release, so everyone's gonna be watching.
Hi, Niman. I want. What should I say? Ava, you have to teach me.
I'll teach you.
Yeah.
You know, even my dad was like, I'm gonna watch it. Yeah. We're all very excited. Jessica, you got this. All right. So next question is from Yusra. How did you decide to make this a duology? This is a good question.
I knew that
someone just said we need a trilogy though.
Definitely. Maybe. Never say never.
Yeah, never.
So I knew I wanted to tell Rachel's journey at multiple points of time. In Shine, I really explored her being a trainee and really, working hard to accomplish her dream. And she's also kind of uncertain of her life and kind of uncertain of her future. But for Bright, I kind of highlighted that she was at the height of her career and she's just more confident. And so it really just made sense to have, you know, 2 books.
Okay. But I think like that's the best part of how, you know, we see Rachel just becoming so much more mature and really getting into her career and getting into new endeavors, getting into fashion. I love that part. This question is from Sarah. What's
Okay.
your inspiration to write a sequel to the first book? What was your inspiration behind that?
Inspiration. I just knew that Rachel's story wasn't over.
Ooh, I love that.
Yeah.
You guys, maybe Rachel's story is not over. Maybe we need a trilogy.
Yeah. Maybe we need a trilogy.
I know, guys. Let's manifest this.
Yeah,
People
maybe
are
I'll
always also like, they think we need a Netflix adaptation of this too. Would
Oh,
it be,
that'll be fun.
I know, that would be huge.
Oh.
Let's manifest that too. Actually, we have a question.
Netflix special, a Hulu series.
Yes, exactly. Amazon Prime. I think we could make this happen. We need all of your support to have this happen. Next question is actually from Tishika from Korea.
Oh,
Yeah, same as you. I think what was the hardest part in writing this book?
I think it's the same as Shine, but like letting it go. The final, like,
Oh, yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
You're such a perfectionist too.
yeah, and I'm really, you know, detail oriented. So,
Mhm.
you know, it's my baby. I want it to be perfect, but
No.
you know, there's always some things to fix and some tweaks and things I want to do to make it better. So
Mhm.
it's always hard to let go of the book and send it to the printer.
Yeah, it's always the hardest. But you know, I feel like you probably had like 50 iterations of the cover too. You're probably like, no, just one more change, one more lash.
That's, yeah, I wouldn't say no to that.
I know. But we're very, very proud of, you know, what you sent to print. It's perfect, perfect, perfect as is.
You know, all my friends and my family members, like they all help me, giving me notes about like the font or, you know, the color scheme and everything.
Yeah.
So I really need to thank them as well.
I love the colors of the cover too.
Yeah, it's pretty, right?
Mhm, so
And
pretty.
actually this is like a dual cover, so
Oh,
it'll match the original Shine.
oh my God, stop. Wait, why did we not talk about this? This is insane. That's so nice. Wow.
And we went through so many so many times changing the color of
Yeah.
these heart diamonds.
Wow. We don't see like this like aesthetic covers anymore in the book
Right.
world, but you did it. You know what I just thought of though? All the
Huh.
colors, especially for both covers. I
Huh.
like the whole color scheme.
Yeah.
I think you need to design a blonde and a Claire outfit to match your book.
Okay, I will.
I'll buy that. But despite you being perfectionist, how long did it take to complete your book? We have a lot of people asking this question.
So yeah, so the draft initially was like 3 months, but I decided I wanted to change everything and start from the beginning again. So that's why it took so long.
Yeah, we were waiting.
Yeah, it took so long. It took like a year. So
Okay, well, I'm very happy. Then now we have another question from Zoe. She
Mhm.
says that she finished Bright in 2 days. Oh my God, just like me, because she couldn't
Thank
put it
you.
down. But she says it was particularly emotionally heavy towards the end. So, you know, she was wondering what was the most challenging part about writing it.
Well, you know, in the book, Rachel is in such a difficult situation towards the end of the book. And I think it was challenging to write that because I wanted to do it authentically, as authentic as possible. And in order to do that, I had to return to and relive the most difficult moments of my life.
Mhm.
So yeah, I got kind of emotional too writing this.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I
I
agree.
hope it turned out perfect for you guys. And
I think everyone's going to be crying, it was very definitely emotional.
yeah.
Well, on to some happier questions too. Let's talk about your fashion brand.
Yeah.
Go back to when you first founded Long and Claire, which is ages now. Would you
Yeah.
change anything about the brand?
2014 was when we first.
Guys, it's almost been a decade.
Yeah, I'm
Crazy.
so happy.
Yeah, it's grown so much.
It's my baby.
Would you change anything?
I like how everything turned out, and I like my team, and it's gearing towards where I want it to go. So I would not change anything.
Okay, that's perfect. We all know how involved you are with every single part of the business, everything from the design, the color, the menu of the restaurant.
Definitely, yes.
Literally everything. I feel like no one knows more about the business at all than you by miles. So props to you for having such passion for that. But if you guys go visit Korea, definitely go visit. Just another shameless plug to the stores in Cheongdam. Okay, next one. This question is from V. If you had to pick an album or a specific song for the soundtrack of Rachel in this book, what would it be? Ooh, I love this one.
It would definitely be Golden Sky by Jessica Jung.
By Jessica Jung, guys. Ever heard of her?
Have you ever heard of her?
Yeah.
She's quite cool,
I know.
I like her voice.
Golden Sky is a good one.
Yeah, Golden Sky is a good one
I heard
because
she's really good at singing too, guys.
I kind of heard that she's kind of pretty too.
I heard that too.
Anyway, Golden Sky because it's kind of linked to my book. So, it's a song for my fans, my golden stars, and so yeah, it definitely has a deep meaning.
Okay, I love that. Yi has another question.
Okay.
If you had to spin off any of the characters from the book, who would it be and why?
I think Leia, because she's such a fun character on her own, and she has her own career and her life, and I'm sure she has many difficulties and things that she might want to share.
Okay, well, Leia's so fun. Maybe we need another sequel, a partner sequel with Leia.
Yeah.
I feel like Leia has matured so much from both books too. In the beginning, in Shine, we just see her as like a little kid, as a baby. She's always just like following her sister around, but then like she definitely becomes such a important, not that they see she wasn't, but she's more of a full-grown figure.
Right.
So I think we need to someone from the audience to protect Leia at all costs. We definitely have to. She's the sweetest here.
Yeah.
Okay, this question is from Bridget. When you finish Bright, what do you think Rachel will have gained or learned from her decisions?
I think Rachel will have learned, like, no matter how hard you try, some things don't work out the way you want it to.
Yeah.
And, but as long as you have hope and keep dreaming and keep going, everything will work out in the end.
Everything will work out. I think that's very much like you speak the truth for everything in life. You know, don't worry too much. Okay. Next one is a question from David. If you could go back in time and tell yourself one piece of advice before debuting in the K-pop industry, what would it be? I love this question.
I would tell myself to enjoy the journey more, because I feel like when you are doing the actual work and when you're in the industry and you're just always so busy, like you don't have time to have fun or really like, I don't know, like experience all the love that people give you and send towards you, because you're just so busy and you're always so tired.
I know.
So I would tell myself like to enjoy myself, actually enjoy the moment, live the moment,
Do you think you're doing a better job of doing that now, even though you are still so busy?
I definitely am. I try my best to have some, time to treat myself or take care of myself,
Which includes wine.
Including wine, definitely, yeah. And shopping and and a lot of spending time in bed, taking a bath.
We all know wine is your life.
Yeah, part of my life.
You're our queen. Okay, so we have one more.
So one thing actually, during quarantine, I mean, you're not supposed to drink, but anyway, I took that time to kind of detox. And it was kind of hard, but yeah, right now, like I don't drink as much.
Wow, this is another newfound Jessica. I don't know what to do with this information. I hope we can have our wine when we meet, though.
Of course, always.
This is a question from Tree. She says that she's at university now and she has so many exams that's making her anxious. Do you have any suggestions to pass this hard time?
Well, I would tell her that eventually everything will end and time will fly and time will pass by. So later on in life, you might actually miss those times when you're just studying.
Oh my gosh. I love that. It's very heartfelt.
But isn't it, do you feel the same?
Completely agree.
Right?
Yeah.
I do.
They look back like 10 years, from now. I mean, like that didn't really matter.
Yeah.
What was I doing? Just staying up studying. Yeah. I love that. Okay, so I think we're gonna end with one last question. This question is from Bonnie. And she says, what is the key message that you want to deliver to your readers and supporters via Bright?
I want them to know that they can accomplish anything if they set their minds to it and really work hard for it. And for me personally, if I kind of set a goal or something that I really want to accomplish, I kind of gear towards that way. My life kind of gears towards that. So I want them to know that no dream is ever too big. So, um, dream big and shine bright.
Dream big and shine bright. And that's, I think, how, Jessica has literally been such an inspirational figure for me, you guys, so many people out there and achieving her dreams from being in all kinds of career in singing, fashion, and now writer, just everything. So follow your heart and dream big. And you guys, this cover, as you guys saw, this is both dual. I love it. So you guys
Yeah.
have to get the book at Strand. Ooh. Yeah, see, everyone is loving you for all the advices today. Love that. Oh my gosh, guys, someone said after reading Bright, she applied for creative writing in grad school.
Gosh.
You're inspiring people from so many different angles. Oh, wait, this hour passed by so fast. Thank
I
you
know.
so much for joining us, doing this for your fans, even while you're busy, filming in China. And good luck with the new show. We can't watch it. Warling. What?
Warning.
Yeah.
Ethan.
Thank you, Jessica and Ava, for such a fun event tonight. If you want to purchase another copy of Bright, the link is in the chat. Thank you so much for everyone for coming tonight, and have a good night, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Thank you so much, Jessica.
Bye, everyone. Love you guys.